Barbados, get up.
Good morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Yes, indeed. Good morning to you all everywhere. It's Thursday, the 15th of January, 2026. I'm Pearson Bowen. It's wonderful waking up to keep you company. Hope you feel the same way about waking up to keep us company as well. Thank you so very much for decidedly doing so. Switching your TV on to make us part of your entertainment, part of your conversation, and your devices as well, because a number of you are watching us on our online streams on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, cbc.bb. Thank you for doing so. Keep it on, talk among yourselves, talk with us as well. We love to read your comments and your greetings and everything else, because we love it, the fact that you are partnering with us. And in that partnership, we ask that if you know of something or someone whose story has to be told, tell us about it. Tell us. Send us an email. Drop the hint to us by email. The email address is right there. It's morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. So to all of you all across the world, good morning to you. Welcome to a brand new day. Let not your heart be troubled. I'm smiling for a reason, because we'll talk about that in a minute. Let not your heart be troubled. You know, believe in God, believe also in me. And so sometimes we wake up and we feel as though the pressures of the today are so heavy on our spirit, but God reminds us, let not your heart be troubled. Hello to you, Court Paul. How are you doing today? Have a beautiful morning. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. He says we hope we have a wonderful day today, God's willing. Patricia Ben, good morning to you. Pat Ben, my girl, good morning. Have yourself a terrific today as well. Continue always been a good soldier for Morning Barbados. Like you too, Slender Glenda. Good morning to you as well. Have a beautiful today, she says to all on board. Enjoy this thankful Thursday. Sweet Ron's is always there as well, a strong, ardent supporter of what we do. And so to you, Sweet Ron, a thankful Thursday morning as well. She's reminding us to live, love, and laugh today and every day. Kieran Olivia, you switch upon me today, girl, but that's all right. You're on YouTube now. She says she's saying good morning to all who are watching locked on all over the world. To you, Kieran, have a thankful Thursday as well. Judy Shepherd-Mears, good morning. Look, thank you so much for watching from Ghana. We want to wish you a lovely today. I'm sure it's the afternoon time for you, but whatever you choose today, Judy, do it well. Represent Barbados strongly, the broken trident, and all that we mean to the world indeed. So today we have a question. You know, we always start with a question of the day. There's going to be a heavy focus on our young people today and the things that we can do to assist our young people. So our question is, what is the most important investment that we can make in our young people right now? What do you think that is? That most important investment into the future and the development of our young people today. What would that be? Could it be education and skills training? Is that a measure of investment that you are prepared to make today? Is it through sports, arts, culture, and the creative industries? Could that be your measure of investment today? What about entrepreneurship and innovation? What do we provide a platform, the space, the ability for our young people to create new things and to thrive in new areas as well? Are we doing so? What about agriculture and sustainability? Or are we saying to our children, don't get your hands dirty here, Danny, for you? Should we be encouraging on investing on our young people getting involved in agriculture and sustainability? Or could it be leadership and civic engagement? There are some bright young people in Barbados who are prepared to take on the world, who have ideas of leadership as well. And so is that another area in which you can make an investment today? Do you look at your lovely child and you think, keep quiet, don't ruffle feathers, stay calm, just walk the line and all will be well with you? Or do you have that child who says, I'm going to buck the trend, but they're going to buck the trend for the national good? What do you do with a child like that? How can you invest into the spirit of a child like that? What room do you give to a child like that to make a tremendous difference? That's called on us as adults to be able to assist with. So what can you do today? What's the most important investment that you can make into the development of our young people today? Call me right now, 228-5562, or 228-5563. And as always, I encourage you to share your thoughts online as well by typing into our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube. I want to hear from you today. Really, really want to hear from you. We put the youth in focus this morning. Coming up shortly, there's a young man who has a point of view because his life is lived by the work that he does in terms of creating opportunity for young people to thrive and to be different. We'll talk to him in just a moment on what motivates him. We'll also be meeting a couple of young men who had the opportunity to live their dream. And boy, we can't wait to sit to talk to them about them and the opportunity that the college, Barbados Community College, has provided them. Also today, we'll be talking to Barbados CARICOM youth ambassadors. We want to hear from them, their views of CARICOM today and how their voice can lend to decisions that are made at that level indeed. So they're going to talk to us a little bit about their participation in the ongoing life of the region. These are all young people today. We're all showcasing to you very exceptional young people in Barbados. But before the show is done this morning, we'll be sharing with you some of those who are making the finals of the BIM Got Talent Sing-Off competition. Also today, we'll be talking to a young man who has taken on agriculture. For him, it's not a dirty job. For him, it's a profession, one of which he's very, very proud as well. And he'll continue to challenge us as to how we can begin to reimagine agriculture. But we have a call already to answer the question, what's the most important investment we can make in our young people right now? Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Pearson.
Sweet Ron's morning to you. How do you do today?
I'm doing great.
You know, I ask the question every day, what are you doing with your time? And then what are you doing with your talents as well? I see what you do. But what do you think is the most important investment that we can make into our young people right now?
I believe education and skill training.
Education and training? Why do you say so?
Skill training, because when you have the education, but you should still have a skill. Because, if you remember, back in the day, each child and the household had to learn some type of skill, whether it was carpentry, masonry, whatever. So because the parents and grandparents would say, we always got something to fall back on.
Yeah. You know, my day doesn't, you said back in the day, my day doesn't go that far back. Just kidding, Sweet Rose. but you're right, you're right.
But you would come from a household that you would have been told that there.
As a good country boy, you're quite right. And so you had to learn to do things to help yourself. And I think I agree with you that we should be able, as people today, to still continue to foster an environment where young people are given opportunities to do things. But the do things that you just spoke about, with the carpentry, the masonry, a lot of those young people don't want to do it in the same way as before. They want to work with their gadgets and technology and all the rest of it.
Yeah, but then the both can still go hand in hand, you know, because the gadgets, it might teach them to do it in a different way to how it was done back then. Yeah. Right? So that is it. You don't show everything.
That's true.
You gotta mix everything together.
That's true. But you talked about education as well. Are you satisfied that our educational system helps in providing that level of investment into our young people?
To a certain extent. To a certain extent. Because you will find that they're more kind of push the academics.
As opposed to the vocational, yes.
Yeah, but for the person that you would say, like, in between, somehow they just get left in the...
In between?
Yeah, in between.
I get you, Sweet Roz. Thanks for thinking it through and for calling and sharing with us your point of view. Thank you, all right?
Thank you, Pearson.
You're welcome.
I'm always willing to share my thoughts.
Of course. Thanks a lot, Sweet Roz.
Thank you.
You too. Javis Heat says, I believe we should invest in all of the above. And I agree with you. It shouldn't be one or the other. That's right. It doesn't have to be one or the other. But what can you invest today, Javi? Is there any one that you think you would want to start with as a measure of investment? Tracy S. Phillips says, there's no most important area. All of them are essential. We agree. But what are you prepared to do, Tracy? What are you prepared to do today? Which one of those, if you had to make a choice today, you think I will start to do today, that I can do today? What is that one thing that you would want to start with? I'm being serious. I want to challenge you to think and to think a little differently. We can talk about all that we think we all should do, but we can stay right there in that think tank. But someone has to make the first step. Could it be you today? What can you do today as a measure of investment into the development of our young people today? Think about it. There's a young man, as I told you at the beginning of the show, who, it's a no-brainer. He thought about it for so long. He's been around for so long doing phenomenal things on behalf of our young people. This is Carlos Cobham. Carlos Cobham is multi-talented, multifaceted. He has a very global perspective as well. And so we thought we should sit with him for just a little while to learn and lean on him as the measure of investments that we can make. Carlos, good morning to you.
Good morning, Pearson. Good morning, Barbados.
Good to see you as always, and thank you again for being such a positive young man who leads by example.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
What motivates you to do that, though?
I think his upbringing, also just developing a relationship with God personally, and as a result of that, trying to, honor the life that he desires us to live. We all have our choices to make. However, it's important that we, try to align with what God desires for us. So in terms of why I do it, I would say because I like I tell people in the end, I want to hear well done, thou good and faithful servant. I want to be obedient rather than sacrifice, like I was telling the young men just in the room earlier, of which, I had the opportunity to learn about their great background as well too. And I just want to be a positive example however I can and a light wherever I'm put.
But that level of thinking stems from you recognizing that someone cared enough about you, someone invested in you, and therefore you want to make good on that investment. I'm linking it back to the question of the day. God invested in you.
Yes,
He
that's
placed
right.
in you that spirit to do so. And so, as you said, you want to hear, well done, thou good and faithful servant, enter into. And so, there are lots of young people today who don't somehow recognize when an investment has been made. Should we tell them, I'm investing in you, or should we just simply do what we do and just help to guide them as it goes? How did God deal with you?
Well, as it relates to investment, of course, you have the teachers, the different people that would come along your path growing up, and I could say, looking back at people like Mrs. Best from Charles F. Rooms, for instance, she's not alive today, but I will never forget the investment she has placed in my life. There are some other lovely teachers that came out of that school too, even from the principal down, with my godmother, Mrs. Williams, But I remember getting Black Betty when I was naughty sometimes.
That's what it was called, Black Betty.
Yeah, Black Betty.
Gotcha. The strap.
Correct. But apart from that, discipline is also important as a young person, and we need to embrace that. And I think bring it back to in some regards, so that we keep our youth in line and not just school them, but also kind of lead by example and love on them. I think that's one of the key factors that, that's what God is all about. He's love.
He is love. God is love. God best exemplifies love. Talk to me on a national level now. I mean, you do a lot of work.
Yes.
On a national level, are you satisfied that sufficient investment into our young people is being made?
From discussion with Ramona Smart, for instance, from the YMCA, there's a lot being done. However, I think we can do a little better in terms of our strategies in reaching the unreached. All right. I'm not going to say there aren't programs out there. There are many programs out there. Also, I had discussions with Mary Simmons about this too. From looking at the USA and Barbados, the way to reach youth in the US is completely different for youth here in Barbados because, for instance, crime, which is very dear to me at this time. I don't know about you. I'm really tired person of seeing teens or young people, going to prison, getting involved in crime, getting involved in gun shooting, stabbing, what have you. And it's my desire to see them on a different trajectory, on a path where, they can have a relationship with God. They can, be established. They can fulfill their purpose in the earth, because they're here for a purpose. Each of us are here for a purpose. And, I'm just desiring that we band together as a community. Barbados, we be our brother's keeper. We see each other in the light of which God sees all of us, and we show love to even them that some of us may shun at this time,
You say we have a lot of programs.
Yes.
Somehow they're not sufficient.
Correct.
What are they missing?
I think the strategy. I think the looking at the root of the matter. I think love. That's the other thing. We also look at he said, God, if I be lifted up. Let's look at that verse. He would draw. So there must be a reason why God isn't why the people aren't being drawn to these programs, right? We need to lift God up, right? We need to lift him up. We can't have these things or these programs be idols, right? And we have those on pedestals as opposed to God being at the forefront, right? So our institutions need God, right? Our leaders need God, because it starts from the top and trickles right down. So, and then looking at Barbados on the whole, we need God. I think we have strayed away from having God being the center, right? It goes to the root. My neighbor, Charmaine, she's in Trinidad now. And she asked me to water her plants, for instance, right? While she's away. It was in that experience of just watering her plants every day and her guiding me, hey, in order for that plant to grow a particular way, Carlos, you got to pour it in the root. Don't worry about the leaves here, right? Pour it on the root. And then the Lord just hit me. You got to look at the root of the matter. And I think that we as leaders need to look at the programs that we are dealing with or organizing, and look at our youth and the people that we are looking to reach, and look at the root.
Are we looking at the root as a problem, or are we looking at the root as an opportunity? If you understand what I'm saying, if we change our point of view for just, if God looked and said, you are a bunch of wicked people who have been disobedient, and I turn my eyes away from you. But God still sees us as something positive and purposeful and meaningful and beautiful.
Yes, of course.
And so he pours into that.
That's right.
And I'm asking you now, do you think as a society, we need to stop saying we have a problem?
Right.
But to look at the potential and the possibilities and attend from that point of view?
Of course, perspective is everything, right? So we cannot just label a problem or sit back and watch, like good conversations with Nelson, for instance, you saying, Carlos, man, it's worse to look at a matter than to contribute to the matter, right? So we have a part to play, all right, and to bring the solutions, all right? Each of us have, different ways in which we can add to the problem, and not like fester it, but bring a solution to the problem.
That is part of that solution, mentorship.
Of course.
Because you started in the conversation by talking about your concern for young men.
Yes,
in particular. I mean, young girls are now finding themselves equally in that open space.
Indeed.
So let's talk a little bit about mentorship and what that means to the young people today.
I think that is very pivotal. Very, very pivotal at this time. I remember a conversation too with Angela, who runs a company in New York. It's the Black Cake Company, I think it is. And she's like, Carlos, yes, we definitely need to bring back mentorship, right? And I said, I agree with you. I agree with you on that, because we need to have role models out there. We need our youth to be able to not just look up, but to have people who could side on, right? Side on with them and be in the fight with them. So definitely mentorship is key for the development of not just youth, people in general.
What makes us tired, I think, is having invested so much for so long, to feel as though that investment is not making a difference. Talk to the individual who finds himself in that mindset, because we are prepared at that point to give up. Therefore it makes no sense. Seems as if I can change nothing.
Right.
That mindset. How can we change that?
We have to look at it from the perspective, once again, of how God handles his situation. Because had it not been for God, I don't think I'll be talking to you here in this context, Pearson. You know, he has not given up on me. You know, I wouldn't want God to give up on anyone, as he would never do that. Right? He loves us so much that he would do anything to get us on track. He would do anything to get us to fulfill the plan and purpose for our lives. So out of that context now, in terms of how much he loves us in that regard, all right, once we pull from that and apply it now to others, I think that would help us in that focus, in that light, not giving up on people in the same way that God would not give up on us.
And because of that, not giving up on people in the same way that God will not give up on us, you have an event coming up.
True.
Talk to me a little bit about this event coming up.
Sure. So we have this weekend, this Saturday at the YMCA. All right. It's called Together We Can. Unity the key. All right. So despite now, like we spoke about some of the issues such as, crime or what have you going on, we're embracing and we're encouraging togetherness. We're encouraging unity. So we're encouraging the church leaders. We're encouraging the youth leaders. We're encouraging the government leaders to come together. Community of Barbados to come together, to unite. All right. Yes, it's going to be at the conference room, but we have the opportunity to stream as well. You can stream on empoweredlifestylenetwork.com. And you can RSVP at info@questinternational.com. That's KWEST international.com. We're going to have Roger Husbands there.
As you talk, we're having it on the screen so everybody can see it.
Awesome. So Roger Husbands, Tony A. Olton, Sean Apache Carter, Ramon Blackman, and also Simon Aline. He's coming out. Dynamo, he's going to share with us. Ray, and we have very limited seats left. However, we have empoweredlifestylenetwork.com so that you can also stream on there. I'm grateful for the YMCA, my Econ, Chalkboard Pizier as well, East Avenue, and also MOV Enterprises Inc. and Southpaw Graphics and Frontline. Thank you for being a part.
It's a press and media conference.
Yes,
it's a press and media conference with a difference, with performances as well.
That's right.
And that's why, and you're tackling at the root together.
Correct.
And that's the whole purpose of this upcoming conference on Saturday.
Unity
is important. So just imagine for a moment, if the people didn't come together to march around the big wall, would that wall have crumbled?
Correct.
That's the unity we're talking about.
We got to rebuild the walls like Nehemiah.
Precisely.
So the walls are down right now in Barbados.
I ask that you, like Daniel, ask prayer for understanding. Don't make me watch the Bible we do this morning. Ask for understanding,
Yes.
And it will lead you to that point of appreciating what we're faced with.
Yes.
And being able to find the solution because you're obedient to God. You're listening to God who will definitely pour into you the solution.
That's right.
But we have to move self out and see that we are called upon to make a difference.
That's right.
Like you are, Carlos.
I try my best.
You're doing well.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you too. Thank you so much, Carlos Cabo, who's joined us this morning. Remember, the event is this Saturday. You can watch it online or you can show up at the YMCA. There's only a few seats left. But you can do so. Look at your screen. You can look back at the show. Very few emphasis. And so if you miss it now, you can go back later on and watch the show and you will see all the details you need to know right there on your screen. Thank you again, Carlos. All the best.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
You're very welcome, my brother.
All right.
Morning Barbados takes a break here. We're back with a big story in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, authored, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Morning
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
28 minutes now after 6 o'clock. The big story is that there are some young men in Barbados who are getting the chance to live their dream. I mean, literally live their dream, but there are also organizations around the world who say, I love your dream, I love your passion, let me provide you an opportunity. And it all started right here in Barbados through the work of the Barbados Community College, a part of which is the Jean and Norma Holder Hospitality Institute. And so I'm happy this morning to meet two young men who had the time of their life with Walt Disney. You better believe it. That name that we know so well in the media, Walt Disney said to these young men, come, let's give you an opportunity. This one next to me is Keon Craig. Keon you're into culinary arts, right, Keon?
Yes, please, I am.
And you're at the Jean and Norma Holder Institute.
Yes, please.
Pomerine, good man. With him is Daniel Ford, who's just graduated from BCC in graphics?
Yes, graphics, yes.
And how did this all come about?
Well, the opportunity came while I was at school, so it was broadcasted. So I went home to my mom. I was pretty excited. So I was like, Mom, there's an opportunity to go to Disney. So we got all the information that was necessary. We applied. I had like a bit ups and downs during the process, but then I eventually received the email that I was accepted. And that was one of the most happiest moments in my life.
We'll come back to that in a minute. So it was because you stumbled upon some information,
yes,
you said, I want to grab this.
Yes.
What about it was so exciting for you that you thought, I could not deny this, I got to do this?
Well, I feel like opportunities come like once in a lifetime. So when I saw it was an internship for 6 months, I was like, this is my chance to go abroad and study. So I applied, and I was like, I went all in. I was like, I have to get this. This is a must. So I just decided to apply, and I got through.
It's like 6 months away from mommy, right? Just kidding. Daniel, how did you discover this opportunity?
Well, for me, my family, my aunt, she sent me it was like this flyer, and she sent me it, and I was like, this looks pretty interesting. And I was about to finish school as well, like coming on to when the program would have started. So I said, you know what, this is like something that I'm interested in. I've never been to Disney, and I feel like the opportunity was, too good to pass up on. So eventually the whole process of getting it done, getting it started out, and I felt like, I would learn a lot through this experience as well.
What was the process in application?
The application, I spoke to my head of department at BCC, and then we spoke to Joyanne as well, which she was at Pomerine. And, just getting everything together, like the money and the loan and stuff like that. And even also at the time I was trying to still obviously finish school. So that was a bit of a challenge too, but I would say the process was more of getting everything together, with like the visa and stuff like that. So yeah.
But it all worked out.
It all worked out.
And so Keon, you were excited to tell us about the day you got the news that you were accepted.
Yes, please.
Talk to me about that one.
So I was at school, and I received the email, and right away I saw like the headline was, "You're accepted to Disney." And I called my sister, and I told her the news, and she cried because my sister is my #1 fan. So it was just I don't know how to explain it, but receiving the email, I know that I had to prepare myself a lot, because like going abroad for 6 months is not easy. Like having to manage my own time, being independent, it was a lot. But I pulled through. And
you pulled through because you wanted to.
Yes,
and so the whole idea of working with Walt Disney, I mean, for heaven's sake, this is not working at Chefette. This is working with Walt Disney, a global brand that you would have seen and watched. And so, being called up, there you are, Keon. And how was that, this 6 months working with them for you?
So the culinary program was not, the spots were filled. So I worked at 3 of the most prestigious restaurants as a seater, a hostess, and also a bit of quick service. So I was at work and I had a conversation with the general manager who oversees one of Disney boardwalks. So I introduced myself and I told her that my major is culinary. And she was like, I have to get you an opportunity in the kitchen. So she talked to the chef on that same day, and the next day they gave me a culinary outfit and it was in the kitchen. But it wasn't one day experience, but it was
an experience of your lifetime. And there you are, as move it. I wanted to show him the images of wearing the brand.
Yes,
Talk to me about how that felt, putting on the jacket and everything. Look, there he is. How did it feel representing what you had to do?
Well, that restaurant, that is Disney's Boardwalk Flying Fish. That's like where all the famous people stay. And wearing that uniform alone, it was a proud moment. And like inside the restaurant is beautiful. As you can see, what do you call
the
it?
lights.
The lights. They're beautiful. And wearing that uniform every day going to work, it was just a proud moment. Like I felt proud of myself. Like I've accomplished something that I've always wanted to accomplish.
How much of being a Barbadian played on your mind at that time?
A lot.
In what ways?
Because like I know, like many people, like because I'm from the Caribbean, so I knew like I had to like show up for my country and made my name known. And on my name tag, it had Bridgetown, Barbados. And people would be like, "Where's Bridgetown? Where's Barbados?" I'd be like, because they mostly know it because of Rihanna, and I want to get my name out there, so that when people ask where Bridgetown, I'd be like, "That's where Keon is from." Like, when you understand what I mean?
Yes,
like
I do.
when they become that chef, I want people to know that I'm from Barbados also.
Nice. What has been your biggest learning point having had this experience?
I'd say having to manage time management.
Why do you say so?
Okay, so I was also doing school, so having to manage between school and work, it was a bit, I wouldn't say it was difficult, but just knowing I had to like mentally prepare myself for it. So I would have class in the morning and then I have work in the afternoon. So between that time slot, I have to prepare myself. So after class, okay, Keon, you have to get ready for work. But it was a good experience.
You don't regret this experience at all?
No, I would definitely do it again.
Daniel, you sent pictures? We have pictures of you too?
I believe so. At least one. At least one.
At least one picture?
One picture,
Oh,
yeah.
you're very stingy with your pictures. The moment you landed and you said, woof, look at all of this.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that experience.
Well, I've been to America before, but I'd never been to Florida. So I thought that it was similar to New York and where I've been before. But when I landed, I was like, oh, this is definitely different. One, it wasn't as cold, at least not in the summer. And then two, it was a lot of highways, a lot of more scenery, a lot less buildings, I would say. But getting there by the campus, it was pretty, I want to say, not overwhelming, but it was like different. It was from what I'm accustomed to, from what I usually see. And then seeing everybody from different cultures, and it was like, oh, wow, like I'm actually, here.
Yes.
It felt almost surreal in that sense.
But graphic arts is your thing.
Yes.
And so you look around, you see other excellent graphic artists who are doing some phenomenal work, but perhaps challenged you.
Yeah.
Did you feel that way in any way smaller than, or did you feel equal to?
I would say equal to. Because I met a lot of people that did art, a lot of people that did animation. Some actually went to school for even fine arts, like drawing and painting and stuff. And I was like, impressed by that as well too. So I even took some of that and learned from them as well.
So what did you do? Because we had a picture we shared with you. I wonder if we could bring out the second picture that we shared, where you were in that one. What's going on here?
Okay, so this one I was doing merchandising. So this is where we sell items. So we sell like pins, we sell bubble wands. We also sell drinks as well on the cart. So this is like outside on one of the carts.
So you're a graphic artist, why are you doing that?
Well, the merchandising, I would say, also helped me to, you know, just see in terms of marketing where Disney makes their money, where they can market to people, how they market their characters, how they even do their designs, which is something that I would have been interested in seeing, because I felt as though they have a good way in marketing, but also making their characters in such a way that they're rememberable not only to us as like children, but us as like adults as well too. So it makes so that even people that are like 30 and 40, they'll be like, oh, they're still like Cinderella, they're still like Snow White, you know. And it was very interesting to see. So it taught me a lot in that sense of how you can market to, I guess, to people, and how you can make characters and like designs stick with them.
So what's the secret? I'm curious. What did you learn to be Walt Disney's secret that you think we in Barbados can begin to use so that we have create a similar experience with people?
I would say consistency. Consistency in the way that they do their products. So they make sure that they have like a stable product. So say they have like a sweater, or say they have a shirt, but they would maybe change up that design from time to time, but they would keep that. It will keep that design in that, you know, they make it a household name. Like, you know, this is Disney. You know that this is.
Just when we see the tick, we know who that is.
Exactly. Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yes.
Okay. And you don't think we do that in Barbados already?
We do to an extent, but I would say that again, the consistency of it. So sometimes logos may change. Sometimes the branding may change. And the marketing may not always be there in that you see it all the time. You don't see it on a billboard, you don't see it on a poster, you don't see it on a shirt all the time. So that consistency and where that I'm seeing it so much that is almost ingrained, like how Disney is ingrained in Florida, is almost ingrained in Barbados as well.
The messaging around the marketing now, and I don't mean from a visual point of view alone, but verbal. You're selling items.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about, did they teach you what to say and how to say it in a way that you make a sale?
For me, their messaging was a lot centered around being, well, where I worked in Magic Kingdom, so it was a lot of, this is the happiest place on earth.
Oh.
You know, so
don't ever forget that.
Don't ever forget that, correct. This is where we make magic, you know. And for me, the messaging, I would say, like, focusing on that message, making people feel when you get there that they are now, you know, like your society, you're in a whole different part of society.
Yes.
So it feels almost like this is, yes, it's a theme park, but it's a place where dreams can come true.
Wow. You were on a magic carpet ride.
Yes.
Part of the song. And so, Keon, you reflect now for just a moment. 6 months are done. You just came back the other day, practically, and I met him just last week, as a matter of fact. We were all out, and then your mother came over and she said, and I said, okay, let me talk to him. I really want to talk to him. Having completed all of this, would you like to do it again?
I definitely would. I feel like it was a great opportunity, and my next step is to finish my degree, my associate degree at Palmerine, and grab as much local knowledge as I can, and probably go back overseas and finish and make my name known for being one of the best chefs ever.
So the name that you're going to walk with is Keon Craig?
Yes, please.
Or do you have a different name that you want to use globally?
Keon Craig.
Keon Craig.
Sometimes my dad, he called me Chef Boy RT. Yeah. I don't know what the RT stands for, but I just go with it sometimes.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
What about you, Daniel? Would you do it again?
I would do it again.
Would you recommend it to other young people?
I definitely would, especially for the experience. I feel like it's an invaluable experience. It's something that you can't, I won't say not do, but it's something that you can't replace. You know, it's very different from Barbados, obviously, and it teaches you a lot of things where you get to live on your own, basically, but also you get to meet a lot of different people from different places, and you make memories. Yeah.
You feel as if you've grown up now.
Yeah, yeah.
He's been out there on his own. You've taken on the world for 6 months at least.
Yeah.
And you've lived it. You've survived it. And so you did it. There was one picture we showed earlier where both of you had the sign, "We did it."
Oh, yes.
And you know, for you, it's now the end. You've there it is. Here it is. We did it, fellas. We did it. Keon and Daniel, they've done it through the work and the effort that they put in, but the opportunity given to them through the Barbados Community College as well. And so to the college, we say thank you for creating and crafting young, excellent people who are positioned and ready for the world. Keon Craig, that's the next chef that you're going to be hiring across the world. Get to know his name. What's the name you're working with, Daniel?
Daniel Ford.
Daniel Ford is the other name that you're looking for, who will come and amaze you with the work that they do. And so we want to commend you two gentlemen. We think you're exceptional in what you've done. I'm so happy to have met both of you. I know it's a program you would commend to other young people at the college and other institutions not to miss, because the input given to you by this experience is going to change your life forevermore, and I'm sure it has already.
Yeah,
so just keep focused, keep doing well what you do, and I wish you only the very best in the future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Two exceptional young men, not just two exceptional young people, two exceptional young men who now have a carpet to ride to make magic wherever they go. Remember, this is the happiest place on earth, and Barbados created it. Indeed. Thank you again. Morning Barbados comes back in a moment.
That segment of Exceptional Youth was brought to you with the kind compliments of the Student Revolving Loan Fund, financing education the easy way. There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will He equip you with ideas, but He will equip you with favor, as He did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely, and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book. This segment of Exceptional Youth is brought to you with the kind compliments of the Student Revolving Loan Fund, financing education the easy way.
And so this Thursday, we continue to showcase exceptional young Barbadians. And so the CARICOM Youth Ambassadorship Program, each island in Barbados, about each island of the Caribbean, designates an ambassador. And so Barbados has two in Christopher Brathwaite and Janae Herbert. Have you met them before? Do you know their thoughts? Do you understand a little bit more about what they're called upon to do? We're joined by Christopher this morning. Christopher, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Bowen. How are you?
Thank you so much for joining us, Christopher. Here you are. Now, talk to me a little bit, first of all, what did it mean to you to be tapped to be Barbados Youth Ambassador to CARICOM?
Honestly, I don't think I can describe it as anything short of a privilege and a huge responsibility. You know, we found out at the press conference that the pool of applicants was extremely competitive. About 37 applicants, and so to have been tapped as the male CARICOM Youth Ambassador is extremely meaningful to me, I would say, to know that I have now this position representing the youth of Barbados and those across the Caribbean.
It's an awesome responsibility, but you share that responsibility with Janae Herbert, who now joins us. Janae, good morning to you.
Good morning, and good morning, Barbados.
Good to have you. What does it mean to you, Janae, to be the CARICOM Youth Ambassador for Barbados?
In short, I would say everything. My journey since I've been about 11 or 12 years old has been centered around advocacy, and I think that the CARICOM Youth Ambassador Program is a tremendous avenue to actually seeing tangible change and the result of that. So I'm extremely happy, and I feel extremely honored and privileged that to have been trusted with this responsibility.
What's your view, Janae, of CARICOM? Mine, because I've been alive as long as CARICOM practically. So my view might be slightly different from yours. So as a young woman, what's your view of CARICOM and its effectiveness?
Well, I don't know if you can hear my voice, but I actually am a dual citizen, right? And so CARICOM is even very personal. I believe that regional integration is instrumental and even fundamental to our success. You've seen that even historically, and even in the conversation on CARICOM, which you would have had with Ambassador Commission, I believe that was Tuesday, he would have spoken about the importance of unity in terms of our progress and what the lack of that led to. So CARICOM is everything, CARICOM is everything, and CARICOM is everything to me, and super important to our development as a nation and as a region.
I know, Christopher, you probably feel the same, but that CARICOM is everything, CARICOM is everything, CARICOM is everything to me, just to repeat his words. And so talk to me from there, what do you see to be your contribution to the discussion about the matters around CARICOM, and what concerns you most when you sit at the table to have discussions about CARICOM?
Well, absolutely. I want to echo Janae's sentiments, being a product myself of CARICOM, in the fact that I had the privilege to study at the University of the West Indies Mona campus in Kingston, Jamaica, and I fell in love with Jamaica as well as other countries, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, etc., countries I've never visited. To reiterate that CARICOM does mean everything to me. My hope is that I can bring Barbados' perspective forward from the standpoint of its youth. Youth need a place at the table and need to be included in conversations about the decisions that will affect our lives. My hope is that I can effectively bridge the gap between youth and decision makers in Barbados, as well as the decision makers in the Caribbean, as well as bridging the gap in peer-to-peer discussions between youth in Barbados and youth in and around the Caribbean. In doing so, I hope to effectively platform the issues of young people in and around Barbados and the Caribbean and work towards tangible change in terms of policy and policy making for us all.
Let's look at the state of affairs in CARICOM today. Christopher, and you were tapped because there's a meeting of heads of government, and they said, we want to hear from Christopher about his point of view of the state of CARICOM today. And what would you say to them should that meeting be convened for you?
Well, should that meeting be convened, the first thing I would want to say is CARICOM works. There is a defining notion, and a wrongly defining notion, I would say, that CARICOM is broken, or CARICOM is a failure, or CARICOM is not as functional as it could be. But CARICOM works in several aspects of our lives. Is CARICOM perfect? No, it's not. But neither is any alliance in the world. We have to start looking at what works for us and reforming the areas that don't. And I think that starts with an open and honest conversation. But what I would want to preface to the world and to the heads of government is that CARICOM works. And CARICOM is stronger when we stand together. I've seen the effects of that firsthand through experiences in my life, not just at Mona, but when I also interned at the Organization of American States in Washington, D.C. I saw how when CARICOM caucuses together, we have the ability to not only shift the narrative, but lead it. And so in saying that, I would want to emphasize the point that CARICOM works, it is here, it is functional, and while it is not perfect, it is the best tool and the best avenue that we have to bring about change and lead and leadership for this region.
Janae, CARICOM today is being challenged by a number of external happenings. And I'll say it like that broadly. You understand what I'm talking about. There's a threat of war in the Caribbean. We're seeing the news about, visas, restrictions, and all of those kinds of things from the big, powerful friend to the north. Talk to me a little bit about what you think CARICOM can do to be able to either diminish the noise or to at least rise up and say, I can shout as loud as, if you wish to have that kind of an environment.
Okay. Well, what I would say is that, in short, unity is the answer. We are in CARICOM, we are a zone of peace. So what that means is that we are not looking to necessarily engage in war. We do not agree with the notion that we are any country's backyard or anything of this sort. But unity is absolutely the answer, even in terms of when we look to defend, in a sense. Because even in terms of resources, in terms with better economic, human, social resources, unity really is the answer there, because we kind of need each other in that sense. And I believe that we can use integration to our advantage and the unity that we have right now to stand strong against the rest of the world. I wholeheartedly believe that a big part of CARICOM and CARICOM's successes is that it has increased our parity on the global stage. So, in short, to answer your question, unity is absolutely the answer.
Do you get the sense, Janae, that young people of the Caribbean are joining in the conversation about Caribbean unity, Caribbean freedom of movement, Caribbean economy, all of those kinds of discussions? Are young people lending truly their voice to those discussions in any fora across the Caribbean?
I think that what young people have to their advantage is social media. And with social media, that allows you, even from this room, I can connect to somebody in Trinidad, I can connect to someone in Dominica. So I think that's an advantage that young people have. And I do believe that young people have been effectively utilizing social media to connect with the rest of the world. However, I don't believe that there is quite a deep understanding of how critical CARICOM can be to pushing us forward. And I'm not sure that the young people are completely aware of all of the different avenues to do so. And I think that that's our role, me and Christopher's role as CARICOM youth ambassadors, to really expose the youth and make the youth aware to all that CARICOM is doing and all that CARICOM is doing, especially in their favor.
So, Christopher, how can we do so? How can we do so we get more youth participation in discussions around CARICOM?
Well, I think the first step to solving that problem would be engaging youth, giving them opportunities to join that conversation. You know, this program, for example, is a great start. It allows us to come and engage with the Barbadian public, maybe indirectly, but it still allows us to engage. Again, consulting with the youth, understanding their take on issues, educating them on issues that they may not necessarily be aware of, and allowing them the chance to directly speak to leaders and the persons who are in positions to navigate the issues that are affecting CARICOM. That's how we start, and that's the most consequential step in starting.
There are many things that affect life in the region. We tend to think of it as just politics alone, but it's beyond just the political sphere. What other areas of life in the Caribbean do you think the Caribbean leaders need to focus on other than just the political goings-on? Chris?
Okay. There are so many facets, like you said, from education to healthcare to socioeconomic things of that nature. So I think that, you know, you're quite right when you say that most people think of political goings-ons when they hear CARICOM, but CARICOM is a multifaceted tool that harbors, you know, the Caribbean single market economy. It harbors, you know, educational assets like the University of the West Indies and the Caribbean Examination Council, etc. And so I think in a broader sense, what we can start to do and what we should start to do is educating others and bringing greater awareness of the other facets and organs that CARICOM has to offer.
Janae, I'll ask this question. I'm going back to the politics, you've got to forgive me. But there's concern about the participation of the girl or the woman at the political level in CARICOM, or not sufficient opportunity given to them. What do you feel about that?
Well, I think that we are seeing an increase of women involved in CARICOM at the political level. And I think that even across the job market on a whole, there's an increase of women involved in high-level corporates, etc., etc. I believe that we are moving forward, and I think that we are even seeing an increase of women at the ground level in terms of women getting an education and receiving an education. So I think that right now, as it stands, the job market is still a work in progress, as CARICOM would be. And I think, but I am optimistic about the turnout of women in CARICOM spaces, even to see at my level.
I am so pleased with both of you. Two excellent orators, first of all, but brains. You have brains and conscience, and so I really want to applaud both of you, Janae Herbert and Christopher Brathwaite, the Barbados CARICOM Youth Ambassadors. I'd love to have a further conversation with you. Please make the arrangement with the producer. Hopefully my fingers are all crossed. Indeed, so we can continue talking more and hearing from the young people their perspective of the goings on in CARICOM. I think it's so important to hear your voices and your opinions on these matters. But thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome indeed. Isn't it exciting, the future of Barbados? Look, it's reposed in these two young people and many others who we've met already for the morning. More we'll meet right after these breaks.
That segment of Exceptional Youth was brought to you with the kind compliments of the Student Revolving Loan Fund, financing education the easy way. Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scald presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scald is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scald.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
In the news now, Barbados is on a list of 75 countries affected by an indefinite freeze on the processing of U.S. immigrant visas from the 21st of January. This means that Barbadians seeking to emigrate to the U.S. to live or work will not be able to do so until the Donald Trump administration lifts that suspension. The freeze was announced by the U.S. government yesterday. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Kerry Simmons spoke about the likely impact.
Effectively, it can only impact a Barbadian who is seeking to immigrate, as in to leave Barbados and go and live over in the United States of America for whatever reason. And I think you would appreciate that there are not a large amount of Barbadians who are seeking to do that. So there is really not a lot of impact per se. The matters concerning immigration, as I indicated, are exclusively the remit of the individual applicant and the government of the United States of America. Until the government of the United States of America has completed their reassessment, then we would not really know what the new procedures or requirements are going to be.
Some countries included on that list include Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Grenada, Haiti, Jamaica, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana and Suriname were not included. The pause in visa processing does not apply to non-immigrant visas like student or tourist visas. Keen's Counsel Michael Lashley has confirmed he will be seeking nomination in the city of Bridgetown as the Barbados Labour Party's candidate on January the 17th. In a statement, the former St. Philip North MP confirmed that he ended decades-long membership of the DLP last month. He also pledged to bring the highest levels of representation and constituency caretaking to the city. The current MP, Corey Lane, has indicated that he will not be contesting the next general election. Government is moving to make it easier for disabled individuals to access all beaches across the island. The National Conservation Commission launched the Beach Accessory Rehabilitation Project at the Folkestone Marine Park yesterday. Anesta Henry now reports.
This pathway under the shaded trees at the Folkestone Marine Park makes it easier for disabled individuals and the elderly to access the white sand beach. This is part of the National Conservation Commission Beach Accessory Rehabilitation Project. Minister of Environment and National Beautification, Green and Blue Economy, Adrian Ford, says this will be replicated on just over 50 beaches across the island. He says the project will cost government just over $1.5 million.
It also allows easy access for those that we consider vulnerable, the disabled community, those in the shadows of their life, the young, those in the dawn, and of course our elderly population who we know use the beach for not only recreational purposes but for the balance of humors, which is important for them at that age.
The Beach Accessory Rehabilitation Project has started on 5 beaches.
In terms of signage, in terms of access points, in terms of the hardscapes that you're seeing right here, the disabled ramps, which we will be putting to access our showers. These are important things.
A trip to the beach is often off limits for some people with disability, But now with easier access, wheelchair user Tonya Holder Springer says she will definitely be making more frequent trips to the beach.
The National Disability and the Barbados Council for Disabled does do activities, a month of activities. So that's the only, we had aquatic there. And me and Antoinette, we went in the beach and we went in the water. It was really nice. I think that was since last year, March. And I haven't been to the beach. Today is the first time in a very long time that I have been to the beach.
Antoinette Chandler, also a wheelchair user, says the disabled community has been looking forward to this day for a very long time.
Fully accessible Barbados. That is our goal. That we'll be able to access any building, any landmark, that we'll be able to come out and enjoy all that Barbados have to offer. And this is a start.
Minister Ford is calling on Barbadians to respect the beaches and the facilities made available for members of the public to use at no cost. Onesta Henry, CBC News.
Now in another story from Onesta Henry, we hear that a St. Michael family is mourning the death of Simon Hippolyte, who was electrocuted outside his Licorice Village home.
On Tuesday evening, Alicia Mohan was inside preparing dinner for her partner of 25 years, Simon Hippolyte, a meal he never got the chance to eat. She noticed Hippolyte was taking an unusually long time to come into their Licorice Village St. Michael home.
He came home and he was actually going to go back on another job. And I was waiting for him. I saw the vehicle out there and I was saying he's taking long, but he's the kind of person when he comes home, he don't normally comes inside. He normally stays outside picking at something. So I didn't really think it was unusual. But then he's taking really long. I see he's taking so long now that this food will get cold. So I run out, I come outside now looking around the van and I saying, I ain't seeing Simon where he is. And then I came back inside now and I saw him laying down, lifeless on the ground.
That tragic discovery of Hippolyte lying in a grassy area has plunged relatives and friends into shock and sadness. The 42-year-old was electrocuted by an electric fence he was installing to protect his crops from monkeys, which were wreaking havoc on his farm. Struggling to stay strong, Mahan described her late partner as a kind-hearted, giving individual who was also a jack of all trades.
I was the kind of person. He was a kind-hearted, caring, giving, and he was a MacGyver. Simon loved to pick at things, and he was fearless. He will be truly missed.
Hippolyte's father, Simon Jules, was unable to hold back the tears, which he allowed to flow freely for a moment. When he managed to compose himself, Jules said his son did everything possible to provide for himself, his family, and to help others.
He probably came in, he went to check on what he has built himself, and that's it. From there we cannot say anything more because we don't.
Hippolyte's friend, Kevin, says Hippolyte was a person everybody depended on.
He's just that good, just that talented. As Alicia said, very fearless. Will truly be missed. So much depends on him, It's like the world's going to feel a shock with Simon gone.
Hippolyte, a technician, was the owner of Frost Industries, a company specializing in the installation of air conditioning units. Onesta Henry, CBC News.
Let's look at sports now. Chairman of the National Anti-Doping Commission of Barbados, Dr. Adrian Lord, has expressed extreme concern over a Caribbean athlete signing up for the Enhanced Games scheduled for May this year at resorts in the United States. Jamaican Shakoria Wallace, a 32-year-old 100-meter sprinter, has joined the controversial event. The Enhanced Games, set to debut in Las Vegas, will allow athletes to use performance-enhancing drugs if they desire, to augment their performances across several disciplines, including athletics, swimming, and weightlifting. Dr. Lord is lamenting the fact that a Caribbean athlete has been lured.
It's a sad day for athletics in the Caribbean to note that at least one Caribbean athlete has now signed up for the Enhanced Games. These are games where persons are allowed to take performance enhancers enhancing substances and not be tested for them. There's big money being offered to the athletes to lure them into taking part in these games. And the future of the athletes, their future health must be really and truly looked at. It is serious.
Well, Shakoria Wallace, in an Instagram post, did not confirm that she'll be using the performance-enhancing drugs at the game, but she is motivated by the potential big payday.
I am proud. I am excited to go on this journey with Enhanced Game. They do provide a lot for athletes. They do provide a lot of opportunities for athletes. And I am so grateful for the opportunity to be working with them moving forward. So guys, join me on May 24, 2026 in Las Vegas, where I, Shakoria Wallace, will be racing down that track to break the world record and win a grand prize of $1 million US.
And despite the reassurance from the organizers that the athletes who choose to use the performance-enhancing drugs will be monitored closely by a medical team, Dr. Lord questions what will happen after the event, and he's gone further to condemn the games.
Yes, they're going to have monitoring of the athletes during the games, but what happens after they take that flight and go back home or go back to wherever they train? It is serious, and I will not encourage any Barbadian or Caribbean athlete from taking part in the enhanced games. I condemn the games.
On that note, that's our news until now. More news coming here on TV8 at 12 noon. Morning Barbados breaks. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The Morning Barbados news is brought to you by Jordan Supermarkets Spend and Eat 2025 competition.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will He equip you with ideas, but He will equip you with favor, as He did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health.
This segment of Exceptional Youth is brought to you with the kind compliments of the Student Revolving Loan Fund, financing education the easy way.
18 minutes now after 7 o'clock. Our next guest, another exciting young man, is one who has received a National Youth Award, and he leads a charity that focuses on agriculture. The last time he was with us, he challenged us to take the Great Okra Challenge. I know a lot of you shudder because y'all don't like the taste of okra. I absolutely love okra, but it's more than just okra. The Okra Challenge is a whole lot more than just that. So his name is Zachary Moore, and so we're thrilled to have with us the man who leads Future Farmers Think Tank Charity. Zachary, good morning.
Good morning.
Happy New Year to you, by the way.
Happy New Year to you as well.
Time has really ticked by. How is the whole process of reimagining agriculture going for you?
To be quite honest and to be frank, it's challenging. You know what I mean? Changing conditions, environmental conditions, but also just the shape of Barbados has been changing over the years. I mean, so for youth to get involved in agriculture, there are some barriers to entry, and there's some things that we need to do as a group to help young people.
Identify some of those barriers for us.
Okay, definitely, and I got to attribute it back to the book. We want to get more young people involved in agriculture, but there needs to be a sustainable ecosystem like any other plant or animal. The ecosystem has to be sustainable for young people to get involved. So the facilitating agencies, the private sector who benefits from farmers being productive, being sustainable, have to put their share into the development of agriculture for young people. So imagine you have some brilliant young people who did it at secondary school. I know Lodge has a fantastic agricultural program. St. George Secondary have a fantastic agricultural program. They come out, they're excited. They go to BCC, SJPA. Teachers are telling you about the fantastic things about agriculture, and then you come out to the industry and it's flat. Farmers who are in there, they don't have a vision. They're not engaged. They're not willing to grow. They're not willing to pay you your worth. And then you have younger. They go university in Trinidad, which is expensive. Then they go overseas to do masters, and then they come back home with a stagnating
Yeah. With your agricultural magic wand, what would you want then to fix all of that?
Definitely some clarity, and insight for young people getting involved in the industry. I think there needs to be a level of transparency that isn't there. Yes, we want food security. Yes, we want more young people, but you need to let them know what they're getting into in the first place, so that they come in with a mindset that they're not coming to sit within old frameworks, but they have to come and build new frameworks for a better agriculture in Barbados. And I think one of the core things I would say is to show young people the breadth that is involved in the industry. Right now, like I say, from my standpoint, we have some engineers, mechanics coming out from Trinidad, and I think they need to understand that agriculture has a wealth of technology that's been evolving for years. You know what I mean? You come in, you're going into farms, especially a dairy farm, they have milk parlors. You know what I mean? A technician needs to be able to handle these things. And if we got people coming out and they're just becoming civil engineers and not looking to become agriculture engineers, then we're going to have a big issue in the future in regards to food.
So the whole ecosystem has shifted somewhat, or has improved or expanded to the point where now technology plays a far more critical role in what we do. We used to just plow, take out the 2 potatoes or whatever we dug up, and we wash them off and we go to market.
Exactly.
There are other byproducts and by other services that also would enhance and create other byproducts from it. And you're saying, let's think a little differently. And that's what your charity is designed to do.
Yes, please.
To think literally outside the ground now and look at different ways that agriculture can bring financial benefit to those who get involved.
Yes, please.
What is this framework that you've built, that you and your young people are experimenting with, that you think we Barbadians need to consider?
Definitely. So one of the 2 things that we focus on is, 1, changing mindsets, which we've been, a lot of agencies have been doing for a very, very long time, but creating spaces where people can innovate safely. I think that's one of the biggest things that are missing. And the only way to do that is through funding and champions. And I think one of the things that we've been doing, especially my team at Future Farmers Think Tank, they're all situated in positions within the agriculture industry where they're able to see, understand, and take in the information so they could provide it for people who don't have it. And I think this was a great start for citizens, would have given us have empowered us to create something, and then Republic Bank as well. So we need to continue to do that sustainably and effectively, because implementation is key.
When you say space, you're not talking just simply about a physical space, but the mental space and the support.
Yes, please.
I want people to understand that's
Yeah,
what I'm talking about.
yeah,
Because we hear space, we want a plot of
Where
land.
is?
I know. You're not looking for a plot of land.
No. No, not a plot of land specifically. You need, what I would say is the opportunity to get access to funding, but not only just funding, but technical assistance and mentors in the industry who has your best benefit at heart and the industry. I think sometimes those in the industry can become disillusioned, and it's just an everyday process. They're just trying to meet, you know what I mean? But then if you got young people coming in, we need people who are going to say, all right, here, this is, because we don't want to repeat the same mistakes. Right. These are the hurdles. This is how we overcome it. So it has to be learning from our successes and failures and documenting it. Data is there's a deficit of data within the industry. And I think I don't know if we're protecting it, if we just don't want to share it. I think innovation has to be the driver, and failure is a part of it, and we shouldn't be afraid to do it.
You're right. Data is priceless now simply because there's a dearth in data. I see that you take your message and messaging into the schools, you engage with young people. What's some of the responses you're getting coming back at you as a consequence of that work that you're doing in schools?
Yes, please. So right now we're working with one of the youth, I think there's a youth ambassador or something, so with the constituency in St. Philip, with the Ronald Wheat School, and we're going in and in their school term, what we're doing is that we're introducing them from an early age about seeds and planting and growing and evolving. And one of the things that we're getting, the kids are excited. They want to have seeds in their hand. They want to plant it. They want to see the tangible benefit of growing something and reaping something. And I think that's fantastic for younger children. It's sensory. They get to taste, they get to feel, and then the older ones, they get to understand the importance of food. And the kids love it. They love to show you that they can read. They like to show you about the things that they learn in class. And I think teachers are doing a fantastic job, but they're doing a fantastic job on their own. Sometimes there's not enough support, and you got 1 or 2 teachers who might be footing the bill, pushing, but you can only do so. I think, what's he saying? Only one hand can clap.
You can't clap with just one hand, basically. Exactly. That's what it's saying. And so you're calling for more teachers to be provided with the skill sets to be able to teach agricultural science at schools.
And the support.
And the support therefrom. And But then after that, what happens? Because you go to school, you learn all of it. I did agricultural science at school too. You see me doing agriculture now. No disrespect farmers, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, yes.
You know, there comes a point in time where you have to make other life decisions.
Yes, you do.
And those life decisions sometimes lead you into another formalized form of activity rather than agriculture.
Exactly.
But you want that in schools, having been exposed to agriculture, you follow up and follow through on that. So how do we bridge there and make what we learned here real and our lived profession?
Fantastic. I mean, there's successful businesses within the industry, and people might not be able to connect them because they might not have had the opportunity to do agricultural science like you and me, so they understand the ecosystem as agriculture. But you have manufacturing companies here who are successful. You know what I mean? You have accounting firms who are successful. You have bankers who are successful. And if it is that you're in a bank and you're in a loan officer and you're supposed to provide a loan for a potential farmer, do you understand the business that is farming? That you can understand and interpret the risk and the reward from it, and be able to issue it instead of being afraid, oh yeah, he's a farmer, so he ain't gonna do too good. How do you know? Have you done it? Have you done the research? I think people don't connect it. Then you have, you know, the manufacturing companies, you have QA specialists. You understand? They need to be able to understand how it relates across the value chain for the actual farmer. Farmers, by and large, aren't scientists, aren't the ones who are, you know what I mean, in the lab or did the education to know about it. They're the ones who know how to survive, who can put things together and build something new. They're the entrepreneurs, and they need that support. And I think within the industry, we're gonna have biologists and chemists, but we're gonna have agriculturalists coming up who understands, who have to do all those things too, you know, and they do understand the industry. And working in the manufacturing plant, maybe, you know what I mean, in the QA department, they have a better understanding of how it impacts along the value chain than just maybe pure scientists sometimes. And I think sometimes agriculturists are being overlooked because no one understands the breadth and the scope of agriculture sometimes.
And you're quite right. But what the banker lender sees is rain, disease, pests, and all those things that could wipe out all of your gains in a flash.
Terms of the risk.
And so they see that as a huge risk. And so they don't take the chances. But what they don't also see is the fact that now, because of the technology and the scope for agriculture, now you don't have to grow just on the ground alone and be exposed. Agriculture has also found innovative ways of still protecting crops without having the other threats that the weather and other climatic threats that we talked about there just now. The Great Orchard Challenge. Talk to me a little bit about how that book helps young people connect with agriculture and adults as well, because I know it's pitched for young people. Us adults, we can learn from it too.
Exactly. So the Great Orchard Challenge looks at really sensitizing kids from an early age about the culture that's agriculture. You see it every day, but you don't understand exactly how it connects with your life. And I think this starts with the early. A lot of us grow up in environments where we might see granny planting herbs and using it in the kitchen, and they think, oh, that's normal, that's just a part of everyday life. But in actuality, you got places in the world who don't ever see green. You know what I mean? So the Great Orchard Challenge looks at one, you know what I mean, showcasing and bring agriculture in a digestible manner using arts and creativity. And you get to see things about climate change. And it might not say, oh, it's climate change, but if it is you on nifty tree because outside it's hotter than usual, that is an impact. So that's one of the ways we want get the message to kids in a meaningful way. And orchards is anarchical, and you know what I mean? So you have to
I keep telling you, try fried okra.
Fried okra is fantastic.
If it's fantastic.
Yeah.
My goodness. So there are many things that we can learn from the book.
Definitely.
I mean, we can feel and sense from the book, and it changes the conversation, but it also changes the thinking and the approach.
Yeah.
And so I would recommend the book to anyone. I really do. I know you found yourself in space. You worked during Carrie Festa at the Youth Village at the Barbados Community College, because I was there for that. Well. So I had a chance also to engage with it again.
Yeah.
And so I want to encourage all of you. How can we get a copy of the book, by the way?
Oh, definitely. So you can reach out to us on Instagram, Future Farmers BB. You can reach out to us, and we could deliver the book directly to you. You can also go to the Barbados Museum. We have a set of copies there as well too. For anyone who's passing by, you can take a look. And yeah.
So what do you think we can all do today as a people to make a difference to agriculture?
I think one of the big things we could do, and it isn't consideration for where food comes from and the effort that's required to do it. I think sometimes we become so desensitized by the fact that we go into the supermarket and get what we want, not understanding the difficulty of doing what we do on a daily basis. And the risk is high, but we've been doing it so long, we understand where it lies, and we're still able to overcome it. And I think when you go into the supermarket, just take a look at the packaging. You know what I mean? Is this Barbados owned? And I'm not saying everything imported we don't want, but I'm saying to consider where your food comes from and who has your best interests at heart.
That's a very good point. But in terms now of investing in young people like yourselves who are interested in agriculture, what can we as a community do?
Definitely, I think, you know what I mean? Take a risk. You know what I mean? We already are taking a risk, but I say to people who are within the private sector industry and the different industries that can be supported, take a risk.
Catch the vision. Catch that vision that you guys have. It's phenomenal work that you guys do indeed. The Future Farmers Think Tank Charity. Yeah, I break it down like that. So we've been asking the question all morning long, what is the most important investment we can make in our young people right now? And I'm looking at it from the point of agriculture, through education and skills training. We need more of that. You emphasize that as well. We need to adjust our curricula, whether it is in entrepreneurship and innovation, agriculture and sustainability. And part of that engagement in agriculture is through leadership as well. So at all levels of our society, there is in some way agriculture touches everything that we do because we eat everything that's created. So thank you so very much.
Yes, please. Thanks for having me.
Good to see you again. Keep up the great work.
Definitely.
All right.
Thank
Zachary Moore is his name. The Future Farmers Think Tank Charity is the game he plays. It's not a game. He takes it quite seriously. And we can support in significant ways by buying a book, The Great Okra Challenge. Check it out today. Morning Barbados comes back in a moment.
That segment of Exceptional Youth was brought to you with the kind compliments of the Student Revolving Loan Fund. Financing education the easy way.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely, and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons which will surprise many is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oistins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will He equip you with ideas, but He will equip you with favor, as He did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV 8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar microbiome probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
This segment of Exceptional Youth is brought to you with the kind compliments of the Student Revolving Loan Fund. Financing education the easy way.
I shall introduce you now to 3 of the finalists of the upcoming BIM Got Talent Sing-Off competition. But before I get to that, I really want to salute one of our online viewers, Vereen Walker. Vereen Walker, we've been watching the comments and we noticed that today is a day of congratulations to you and your son, as a matter of fact. So there we go, Pat Bennett saying congratulations to you, Madam Vereen. May he do well. From the reading of the comments, it seems as though he's a pilot, but I heard the word Nevis somewhere in there as well, so you know that caused me great pause. Great thrilling work indeed. So to your son, Vereen Walker, say congratulations from all of us here at Mornin Barbados. But we're already excited to congratulate 3 of the finalists in this upcoming Tuesday's sing-off competition, BIM Got Talent. I have with me Dacia. I just love the way she says her name. We would say Dacia. Dacia. Dacia is her name. I'll just simply call her that, but that's her stage name. But she's Dacia Moore. Next to Dacia is this little young man who is so mouthy, I can't wait to hear him in the finals as well. Slick Nick. Good morning to you, Slick Nick.
Good morning.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm alright.
All right. I just like him a lot. And across from me is Junella.
Yes.
Junella Brown. These different names, but that's fine. Welcome to Mornin Barbados, first of all.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Well done in making it to the final, Miss Dacia. Talk to me about what it means to you to be in the final on Tuesday.
It genuinely is such a thrilling feeling. You know, everybody has goals that they want to reach, and I think that the support that we get, whether we make it to the finals or not, the support that the team gives to us, it really helps push us beyond our limits.
Mm-hmm. Have you set yourself a career in anything at all?
For me, music is definitely a big thing. I surround myself with music all the time, and I think that is definitely where I want to be.
In music?
In music.
And you're doing everything possible to be in music?
Yes,
and
please.
Be the best in music as well. Does that include vocal training and all the rest of it?
Yes, it does, most definitely. You know, the voice is an instrument, and you have to practice, you have to train.
Mm-hmm. So you're preparing for Tuesday night?
Yes,
This starts at 8 o'clock, by the way, folks. Where is at the Cricket Legends. 8 o'clock until 10 o'clock, the competition is on. There are 10 finalists. And are all of you competing against each other, or is it divided into categories?
We are all competing against one another.
Oh dear.
However, we are also all supporting each other.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
That's good. All right, Slick Nick, you're competing against Dacia.
Yes, please.
Do you think you have what it takes to beat Dacia?
Well, I haven't seen what she could have done, so based on what I know, I would say...
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. How old are you?
I'm 10 years old.
He's 10 years old. A young man at 10 years old singing. So you still have that nice little soprano voice, right?
Yes, please.
You know, at some point that voice is going to change and become a little bit like mine. And I hope you never lose it, simply because, you know, as our voices change, we tend to want to stop and give up. Don't change, don't stop and give up. Just learn to work with that change in your voice, and you'll find success your way. Do you want to stay in music as well?
I don't only do music.
What do you do?
I do dancing and acting as well.
Whoa, you're triple threat. There is a place in, I'm promoting here, forgive me, a place in Barbados called Operation Triple Threat. Have you heard of them?
No, please.
Operation Triple Threat takes young people like yourself who can sing and dance and act, and they train them. And then they put on these huge productions at least twice a year. So you can audition for them, they do auditioning, and then they give you opportunity. There are some people who've gone through that program who are now working and living in the United States. My nephew is one of them, who has gone through the program of Operation Triple Threat, who has studied the art craft and is now working the art craft. So have a conversation with Mummy about Operation Triple Threat. It's on social media, find out more about it, because there are other people like yourself who are already living their best life. So what kind of music do you like to dance to?
I would say hip hop.
Oh, no wonder you're called Slick Nick. I get it indeed. What kind of music do you like to sing?
Well, I have a song, and it's like my song is like a love song.
Oh.
But the music I would really listen to is like
Hip hop and love and things.
Hip hop and ballads, those kinds of things. So the song you're in the final with is a love song?
Yes, please.
You know, can you interpret a love song? Do you have the experience to perform a love song? You fall in love before? Have you fallen in love before?
Yes, please.
You have been in love before? Not with your mommy and daddy?
No.
You had a girlfriend?
I had a crush.
So talk to me, what happened? Why did it end?
Because I had moved to a different country.
Oh. So okay, and so you had to give up your first love?
Yes, please.
You don't stay in touch? Does your mommy know that she was your first love?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fair enough. That's fair. So, you haven't yet found in Barbados the one of your dreams?
I wouldn't say the one of my dreams, but I found someone that I like.
Okay. So when you're singing your song, are you thinking of this someone that you like?
No.
No? It's not that kind of love song? Mm-mm. What's the name of your song?
Vibes.
Vibes. What's that song about?
It was so cool.
That's all right. We were saying, here it is. You fell in love. I'm sorry. I love your story. I really love your story. You fell in love and then you lost your love because you had to move. And so you came to Barbados. You've fallen in love again or crush again. You're really slick, Nick. I love it indeed. 10 years old, right?
Yes, please.
And you're performing in the final. What did you have to do to make the final?
I just had to perform my song, and they said he really liked it, and then he said I was able to go to the finals.
Right.
So I'm just taking this opportunity to try and perform my abilities.
And so Tuesday coming is the final.
Yes.
Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Are you like going to la 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 voice, that kind of, what are you doing to make sure the voice is in good sound so that on Tuesday night you're at your absolute best?
I practice my song every day.
You want to say a little piece for me if you don't mind? I don't know the song, Vibe.
I wanna vibes with you, spend a little time with you. We could do whatever that you wanna do.
I know the song.
'Cause girl, I love your vibes, vibes, vibes. Wake up every morning feeling brand new. Packing up my bag with a snack for you. Spelling out your name in my alphabet soup. 'Cause girl, I love your vibes, vibes, vibes.
Stop. Don't give it any more. I know that song. I know that song. Oh, you sang it so well. I can now see why you're a slick Nick for real. Because I can imagine you singing this to your crush. I can't wait to see your final performance on Tuesday night. Junella, what about you? You ready?
Yes, please.
How did you get into the competition in the first place?
I did this year front last year.
Remember I told you no whispering?
Oh, my bad. I did this year front last year. I don't know about Kate. I can't remember. Oh, my best friend.
Right, your best friend told you about it.
Yes, please. She told me that they was doing a Bingo Talent. And I sure you so I was like, no. So then she contacted my mother and told my mother. And she was like, I could go and do it. And I was telling my mother no. She was like, no, you could go and do it because you got a voice and you can't go and waste it. So I just did it.
You just did it. And now you're in the final.
Yes.
Did your best friend also do it?
I thought she could have done it this year too, but she got too much to handle. So
she pushed you forward.
Yes, please.
And that's a nice best friend to have, don't you think?
Yes.
Who is so confident about you and in you that she said, you know, you can do this, Junella. I want you to go. I hope she turns up for the final to support you, give full support.
Yeah, she came the last time, but I don't know if she's going to come this time because she got triathlon, swimming, running.
Oh, you have a busy best friend.
You may know her.
I do?
You may. Victory Born.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes. Victory sat right there in that corner where Slick Nick is. You're sitting where Victory sat. So now I know your best friend. Oh, that's great. So she understands what it is to be in a race, and she believes that you have what it takes to finish the race and finish it well. Dacia, do you know Dacia?
Yes, please.
Do you know Dacia's talent and abilities?
You know she could sing. I don't know nothing else.
You know she could sing?
Yes, please.
Does that scare you any?
Nobody don't scare me. Like, I don't see
Really?
nobody as competition. I just feel like we do something, we doing the same thing, and we basically pushing each other to get where part the other person was. So I don't
You know,
really see
Dacia's
nothing.
here saying in her head, I hear you, girl, but we're in a competition, right, Dacia? Yes, you are.
We at BIM Got Talent, we're all one family.
I hear
to
you.
us, we're happy for the person that wins, we're happy for the person that doesn't.
Do you want to win?
Yes, we all want to
Junella
win.
wants to win as well. So Junella is also hearing you and said, girl, I hear you, but for real? I think I have something a little more special than you. That's a reality. That's okay. It's okay, I think, to simply say, yeah, I think I deserve this prize. Yeah, just don't be rude with it or,
boastful.
Boastful.
Yes.
Thank you so very much for the assistance in the word. And so, what kind of music are you seeing in the final?
A gospel song.
A gospel? By who?
CC.
My girl, CC Winans.
Yes, it is.
And so, CC Winans is a 6th born child in her family. 6 children. Well, more children, but she's number 6. I had an opportunity in my lifetime to sit and have an interview with her. So why CC Winans for you?
I know, I like the song.
Which one?
My Redeemer.
Oh, My Redeemer Lives.
Yes, please.
Girl, that's a big one. That's a big one. I wish you well in the competition, okay?
Thank you.
All right. We shall take a break here because Dacia is going to step up to the microphone and Dacia will show us and show Junella why Dacia believes she's the winner as well. And so we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear the brilliance of Dacia more in a moment.
That segment of Exceptional Youth was brought to you with the kind compliments of the Student Revolving Loan Fund, financing education the easy way.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author? This segment of Exceptional Youth is brought to you with the kind compliments of the Student Revolving Loan Fund, financing education the easy way.
As I lay me down, heaven hear me now. I'm lost without a cause, after giving it my all. Winter storms have come and darkened my sun. After all that I've been through,
Who on earth can I turn to? I look to you. I look to you. After all my strength is gone, in you I can be strong. I look to you. I look to you. And when melodies are gone, in you I hear a song. I look to you. About to lose my breath. There's no more fighting left. Sinking to rise no more. Searching for that open door. And every road that I have taken has led to my regret. And I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Nothing to do but lift my head. I look to you. I look to you. After all my strength is gone, in you I can be strong. I look to you. I look to you. I look to you. Oh yeah. And when melodies are gone, you I hear a song. I look to you.
I look to you.
I look to you.
Well done, Deshamore. Well done, Deshamore. She's one of the finalists of this year's BIM Got Talent Sing-Off competition on Tuesday. Cricket Legends starts at 8 o'clock and goes until 10. There are 10 of them. And so we're looking forward to you being a part of it, indeed. And so R. Kelly wrote a brilliant song, brilliantly sung by Whitney Houston. I know she's your favorite artist, just as she's mine. So I think you'll do very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. You're very welcome. We had a thrilling morning, indeed, showcasing with you some of Barbados' exceptional young people, indeed. Hope you felt inspired by all that they have to offer as well. Be it the will of the Lord, my little crew will join you again tomorrow morning. To tell me Q today. Yes, Q today, Q today, Q today is in St. John. Remember, gate number 1, Dario is the bus driver. Look for Dario, get on his bus and you're heading to Q in St. John. I want to encourage all of you to turn up and turn out in large numbers indeed. And so we look forward to see you again tomorrow if it be the will of the Lord. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.